So this is where we ended the class the last time. So we'll continue from here. I want to try to go finish up everything. Finish up the authentication and authenticator. Be able to just wrap it up. I think you've done the authentication, like two authentication. I can't remember, but let's just check it out and know where we are. At the last class, what we did was to the login. We will be able to create the login. Then here okay, this is not what we did last time. Trying to figure that shit out. Not even, so here we are looking at checking try accept. We are getting the two-factor model of the user, and then we check if it's enabled, and if it's not, if it's enabled, it should have this response, and if it doesn't exist, we just pass and then log in the user. That what we paused for the last class. So next, what we are going to do next is to send this message to the front end and then get it sent to the user. And I think that's what we're going to do. So let me log into the, okay, it's not actually necessary. So let's just go to do this. We are getting this from the user response. So scroll down a little bit, and the login response down to the sources. So I am consoling this on the console, and that's why we've been able to get this response. So this response we have here beneath the console. Let me show you guys. So this response objects, we have two-factor is required, right? So we want to check if there's a two-factor required, and if that is true, then we'll be redirected to a different view where the user will be asked to input two-factor authentication. So that's what we want to do right away. Check this if it's true, and then we print the message and then waste a little time before redirecting. We're like few minutes before redirecting. So yeah, that they figure that out and fix it up. Um, okay. All right, so let's go there. I will do this here. Um, so here we can check if um the like two-factor authentication, and then if that's true, then we can print it out. So here is the sources page for the login. So you see the login here, and then the sources. I'm going to do that there. So first check if, so this is just this is where we pass in our conditions. So if response, So if response, which is this, then dot. So let's check the key for this, for the response is this two-factor authenticator, and of course we pass this key on our view. So let's check out the view and see what's going on. Trying to get the view. Let me close some of this and be able to have oh, okay. This we're logging and we have this here already. So grab this and we check if that response of this. Okay. If this is true, right? If this is true, um, then I'll get print of the error. Here we are leveraging on this, so not success, but I'm going to print the error. So I have this. I'll grab this, the error here. So put in this. So if that is true, then verification needed. Then I'm going to pass in this response to two-factor authenticator. So that will give us access to the response. So this all grab here. This gave us this, right? So lecture out and see. All right. So we have this two-factor, and then we hit it up and see what's happening. Okay. See the taking a lot of time. Check that. So we have this here. So let's check that. We got grabbing this. Right. Okay, still giving us responses. Do we have any response? So I feel we should clear cookies. Cookies is dealing with us. Let's just clear the cookies because we are still getting response where we've disabled the response. So all right. So let's try that again and see what's popping. All right. So try that one more time and submit. All right. It's okay. You can see what we have here, right? So verification needed, two-factor verification is required. So this is what we're having here. So this is what we're having here. Two-factor is required. Then the next step is to redirect this to a different um view. So where am I redirecting this to? The last class we do create a view, a verification view. I feel that this is the motherfucker view we created the last time. We didn't do much. Okay, that's not the view. I think I don't know. So we created a view. I don't know if it's this. No, not this. This setup verification. Um, not this. Not this. I'm a bit confused. Did we create the verification view the last time? Two-factor verification view. I think this is right. Um, I think this
Yes,
is right.
now this one, this is it. If you take it back to the verification, yes, this is it.
What?
The verification view. We
Yeah.
only have the template. We only have the template that day, and we haven't created the logic.
Yeah, we have
So we
verifications.
created it. We created it. That we, okay. The first one we created is the one to use the
No,
app
this
to
I think this is different from this is verification for okay. I think we have this view for this view for the code.
when you send that, so you can use the code, yes.
Yeah, this is
But
the code.
we haven't set the logic for the verification
Yeah,
view that
okay.
you asked
We
for.
have
We haven't.
two-factor complete. So this is for activation of the two-factor, right? This is activation, right? You can
Yes, this is
see,
activation. This is where we convert it to
yes,
um, Q
set it up to
QR
true.
code. Yes,
Yeah, set it up to true. So the second one is what? The verification is what?
it's where the user would have to put in the code.
This. Oh,
Yes,
okay. We did this last class.
yes,
Okay. Oh, okay. We've already done that already. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's check out the view, the URL. So let's check it out. That we've done with we've done with the authenticator. Then we're done. Just redirecting and that's all.
Just to verify, yes, have to key in the code. That is all.
Yeah. Okay.
Before taking
So
us to the dashboard.
I think this is it. I don't know where is it. Okay, this is it. Two-factor verify. Okay, let's check that out and figure out some shit. So slash. Do we grab this? Oh, what's up? Oh, okay, you have to log in.
Login required.
Oh. Login required. I thought I've already logged in. Oh, we don't. You don't have. Do you need to log in?
Of course, that you need to authenticate first. You may not log in, but you need to authenticate.
No. It's.
But let's check the view. I think you have a
I
login
don't think
required.
so.
Check. It's like you put. Okay, you don't
Yeah,
put
I
it.
don't
I
think
thought
so
you use
because
decorator.
yeah, because he can't log in if you are not authenticated. A grab.
Yes.
So if you are here, you can't log in if you are not authenticated. If you have if the two-factor authentication is enabled, you are not allowed to log in. So let's confirm that from our login logic. Is that motherfucker? All right. So yeah, this is it. So if this is active, you can log in, right? So that means this is uh-huh. Oh, you have to log in here. Ah, what the fuck was happening? No, this is wrong. This is wrong because you don't need to log in. You can't log in here. Here is just to verify two-factor auth. If not two-factor, good. If user is not authenticated, if user is not authenticated, we don't need this. This is wrong. Then that is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. But let me just let's confirm that. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's trying to. Okay, we don't need this, please. We don't need. We don't need this. So we don't need this, and we don't need this because you don't necessarily need to log in. So let's try that again to verify. All right. So what we want to do is that, let me explain this code. Been long we did that. So here we are having get view, and here we are getting um the token from the front end. Then we also checking request the user. I don't think I need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Oh, we don't also need this. We don't also need. Okay, we need that because we want to check if the user, right? So not that. I don't know. We need that because we want to check if the user login is, if the user is authenticated, and then we also want to check. I think we're gonna have a lot of error here. We're getting um the code. All right. So here we are getting the object that gets the user the code. Then we call the code and then passing the user two-factor dot code dot two-factor code. So to get the backup code, if not this, we have this. All right. So if this is verified, if the code is if the code is verified, then log in the user. Okay, I think right. So let's try something. Let's try putting random sheet and see. Okay, all right. So let's try to some. I will redirect the user that log in here. So let's get the view, and then we have to try to redirect. So let's grab this and then come to login. What is login? So why are we redirecting this? The guy, the guy, Mr. D.
Sir.
Why are we redirecting on the login, right?
Yes, no, you mean this page where we are directed it to after verification?
Okay. After this, we redirect it here.
Yes, now.
So
Yes.
we'll say,
Inside after the
so we can say set timeout, right? So we want to set timeout. We don't like want to
okay. So wait
redirect.
for some minutes before you
Yeah,
direct it.
exactly. It is what it is. So we have this, and then we have these, of course. So
Arrow
here
function.
we have window dot location, and we want like passing the
URL.
redirect the URL slash like this slash this. So put in how many minutes you want to redirect to. No, this has to be outside this. Yeah, okay. So here we we have this here, right? 2000.
2000. That is
Yeah,
2 minutes.
that's 2 seconds, right?
2 seconds, yes.
Okay, so this will redirect. Let's try that. Let's try that out. All right, close this option. Okay, I've talk is try to figure out redirecting. All right, so we have here, right? We trying to figure out some stuff. Uh, if login, you can't access this page. I think you feel that that one will do. If you are logging, you can access this page. So the guy, how do we do it? If you are logging, you can access this page so that user cannot be abusing this. So the guy, how do we do that? Hmm?
So I come again.
I said if you are logging, you can access this page. So like if you are
Yes,
logging,
yes,
it should redirect to a different page.
yes.
So how do we do it?
You can do it before logging in.
I didn't get where do you do it? Where do you do it?
You can do it in Ajax or in the model itself. We cross-check if the user is already logged in. So if that should be the case, then you should redirect to the dashboard straight.
So where do you do it? Where do you do it?
Before accessing that page, I'm coming. Reduce your screen. Let me see where you are.
Okay.
Go, I want to see which this is verification model, right?
This is not model. This is the view.
The view for yeah, we can do it in the view then. In this view,
Okay.
then we have to check if the user is already logged in. Then it should
Okay.
redirect. It should redirect to the dashboard straight. But if that is not the case, then it can access this view.
Okay. So how do we do it?
We can start from after. We can start from line 20. We have to make use of if statement. If request dot user,
Okay. Where? Here.
or
Here.
let's go and do it in the
Here.
view that we sign in already.
Here. Or where? Here or where?
Yes, that place before there. Yes, you can do it there.
Okay. Let's do. Let's go.
If the
If
user,
request.
if
Right.
request, if request, it should be in. It should be in bracket now.
This is Python, bro.
Should be in. Should be in brackets.
This is Python, bro. This is Python. This is not
Okay.
JavaScript.
Oh, sorry. If request dot section,
Seriously?
I don't know if we saved the user in the section already.
That won't work. That should be done on. That should be done.
Then let's get the authenticated first. The user that is authenticated
That
first.
should be done on here on the gets. We are doing that on first, and that won't work. Definitely will not work.
You can do that on get now.
No, can do it on get. So what we can do here is very simple. We can say if requests dot user dot is right underscore
Yes, authenticated.
authenticated
Authenticated.
right. So if that is true, and then grab this motherfucker. Okay, if that is true, sorry, if that is true, um, they have kind of redirection. So we say return redirect. So I have to import that shit. When you do that importation, fix import. All right. So where are we redirecting to? Direct to dashboard or home page or whatnot. So redirect to home page. Now we don't have dashboard yet, so we'll do that home page. Okay, this will get us figure out to get us fixed. So all right, that's true. Right. So if this will redirect or else this, right? So are we good? Are we good, the guy?
Yes.
Okay, let try logging in to another user and they'll try to access this page. So try login. I don't know if that's login right away. Just the mean. Okay, let's try logging into the admin and grab that to Skyline. I don't know. Skyline what? To Skyline ICT. I don't know. Try that work. Try to figure out. Alright, so let's try to access this and see. Reverse home not found is not a valid pattern. Okay, let's figure that out. Okay, I think this space here feels so. So let's try that. Okay, can see. We'll try to access that. We get in here. So let's log out. Log that out. Okay. We'll try to log in and doing that with that logging in again. All right. So okay, I'll try to verify with my phone. Already, I have what's it call it? Oh, oh, damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Okay, let me figure that out already. Um, okay. Okay, let's authentication. I don't know that I trying to figure out. Um, trying to figure it out. So let me try to figure that out. Okay, I have fintech. Let me try that out. If that will work. Fintech 07852 hmm? 0707852 or its user is not authenticated. I don't get. User is not authenticated. This is where we have problem. I don't think we need the user to be authenticated. So do we need the user to be authenticated? The guy,
So
do we need the user to be authenticated?
user authenticated doesn't mean they have already signed in. It means if the user puts in the correct username and password and it tallies with the username and password we are having at the back end.
No, not that. This is wrong because here it's telling us request the user. Uh, here and we wouldn't want that.
I think it's 919.
Hmm, we don't want that.
Okay. We don't need this. Oh, okay.
and you still make use of that user below. I think in line 32 you make use of it.
I think what they should do here is I'm looking at mm, think I think what you have got. I'm just trying to see how to fix it because I'm trying to see how we can get like the problem here is that I'm trying to see how we can get this grab, and to do that the user need to check if the user is logging, then we can use that session and pass it here. You grab, right? You got.
Yes, yes,
You grab. So
yes.
to get the this particular token, let me show you what I'm talking about. Login again. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because that is where we need to think. We have to think, man. So I will always like getting this. Well, I want to get this and confirm if it's the same with what we stored in our phone. Grab, right? If it's the
Okay,
same.
that's twofa code.
Yes,
Yes,
and how do we do that shit now? Ah, that's crazy, man.
we have to call on that model.
Hmm?
We have to call on that model, then to cross check the data we are getting from the user to what we are having in that model, in the column of that model, which is 12FA code.
So, oh God, God, God. So at see, we'll see what we are going to do. Um, oh, how do I do this shit now? Trying to see what to do here. This is crazy. The guy. So you don't want the user to. How do we get? How do we get that now? Hmm? How do we get that shit? So let me log out. Let's see. You grab. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to achieve. The guy.
Yes, you want to cross check if the user is already logged in. Then there's no point visiting this page.
No, that's we already figure out. We already fixed that now.
Mhm.
The problem
So
we're
what are
having
you trying to do
now.
now?
The problem we're having here is that if you look at how do we validate what the user is entering here from the database.
We can validate it by calling on the model in our view.
This is it, right?
That yes,
And
object.get and
the problem
using
we're having is that this is anonymous user. The user is not logged in yet, and we're passing request the user. Note that you don't need to log in before you access this page. You can't log in because you have not validated this page. When you validate this page, when you can then log in. Now we are
let's go back to that login page.
no
Then
hold
you
on,
see what I want to.
hold on. Now we are passing request of the user, and in this
Okay.
request of user, eh, in this request of user we are passing, we we are also coming here to say if not authenticated, this will always return this because the user is not authenticated. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Now the reason why we are passing this is because we want to get this from the database. That is the only way to get it from the database. So we need something from the user that will pass here to get something from this model. And this won't work. This approach will not work. Where we are doing request or user will not work because the user would not
Has not logged in.
necessarily need to be logged in. Yeah.
Mm, then when we are doing the login, can we save the user details temporarily to the cookies?
Yeah, I think that's what we should do. And we look at the user, like the user username. If it is true, then how do we figure that out? Are you
Then
getting me?
there is a place in login where we are doing the login
Yeah,
that
this is the
we are
login.
checking if the yes that we are checking. We are trying to validate the user if is the username and password if it's the same thing with what we are having.
Yes.
That is
So
that is where I want that is
look
where
at
I
it
want
here.
us to go.
Look at it here.
Okay.
How do we get this thing from here then and pass it to that view? That's the problem.
Mm, I'm coming. Unless we want to make use of cookies, then these cookies, or we can save it in section after authenticating and everything is intact. Then we save it in section session. Then we can use section in other place.
Yeah, I think that's what we can do. That's what we can do. So we need to get the session. Wow. Oop. So you need to get the session and request get the session and so so how do we figure this out now? Yeah, we need to save this from the session. We need to because we need to save something from the session. So we need to save it from the session. Then oh, so the guy,
So I'm here.
yeah, still waiting.
I said after this authentication,
Yeah,
we can now save the user in the section.
okay. Oh, user. So okay, let's try to see how to figure that out. Um, okay, we have to save that on session. Think. Oh, God of my mercy. Okay, where is it? This is the login, right? So if the user is enabled, all right. Think we should be able to do something like request the session, right? Request dot
Yes,
session. So what we are doing here is to save it on session. That means on the browser. Is that okay? Is that session okay? Session, right? That's spelling correct. ESS. Confirm the guy.
yes,
Session.
and the section have to come before you try to cross check whatever things you are having in
Yeah.
the database.
So let's say let person user session, right? So let's get the user session. Uh, user session. So then we assign it to what we call the user. You can say user.id or user.username. Let's just use ID. So we are storing the user ID on the session. Let's print this out first. Okay, let's store this in a variable and print it out. User session. So let me print it out and see if we can have the user session. Okay, so this is the login and if it's enabled, all right. So let's try to log in and check it out. You can grab what I did, right? Hmm?
Yes,
All right. So okay. One is something. Yeah.
No,
Sir,
no.
I lost this thing. I lost internet connection while you were explaining, sir. I missed out. Please, sir,
Oh,
can you come again?
okay. All right. So this is what the problem. That this is one thing about software building. You have a lot of problem, and you ought to see how I can figure that out. So the guy raised a very valid point, and like I told you guys earlier, we are building this together, right? Don't just leave me alone to build. Everybody's learning. I'm learning. Everybody's improving. So we have very serious issue. And what's that issue? Here, this is where we validate the user token. Let's say you want to log in here and this is enabled. So you'll be redirected to this view here. Let me show you. Be redirected to the verify view. So to verify to verify the two factor. So you'll be redirected there. And most of you have noticed it sometime when you in your Binance or um any of your crypto wallet app, when you try to log in and you have two factor, you'll be redirected to this place, right? And the problem we are having here is that how do we communicate to our database, because the user is not logged in yet. The user is not logged in. How do we then communicate to our database? So what we did initially was to pass in request.user this and check if the user is authenticated. Then if the user is authenticated, they will now query this model from our database and get the two-factor code. But the problem we are having right away is that the user is not logging. So this is false. This will return this because the user is not logging, and there's no way user can log in, because for them to log in they have to type in the token, and if that token is authenticated and if it is approved, then they can log in. So we're having challenge how we can get this model, this particular model, right? Because this here is getting the model. Then this model is what we are going to use to check if the what the user is typing is what we have in our database. So it was a problem for us. So what we did was to leverage on session. So what is session? Right, session is okay. Let's say whenever you are passing information in a browser and you are loading, yeah, it's what we call a session. It creates session. So your browser always store in some information. Your browser will store information. So what we are doing is that we are storing the user login locally on our browser, and the user login. So if the user is authenticated, we get the user ID and then store it in our browser. And then after storing it in our browser, we can then get it, can then come to our user verify view and get that session back and use it to get whatever we are expecting to get from our database. So that's actually what we we concluded to do to be able to figure out that out. And so in our login, we should be able to get the session. So we are getting get session. So we're passing in user section. Um, passing in the user section here. Excuse me. So we're passing in the user section here, and then we are assigning user.id. It means that in that section we are saving user.id. So and then I try to print that out. So let me print that out and see if I can get the session. If I didn't get the session, that means it won't work. But if I get the session, that means we'll move on. Try to figure it out. So Tijana, are you cool? Tijana,
Tijani. Yes, sir.
you are good, right?
But my network, I can't see your screen. Just continue, sir. I will be up to
Oh,
date with time.
that's okay. So let's try that.
Because,
Okay, you can see it here. You can see that we have the session. Look at the
I
session here.
can't even see anything. But then Don't worry, sir.
Yeah, sure.
I'm good.
Good. Good.
I'm
Began,
good.
you can see the session, right?
Yes, now.
So
Yes.
good. We are having a
And
session.
there's another thing in
All
the
right.
logout. We need to flush the session because they can
Yeah,
actually hijack
yeah.
it.
You need to key the session exactly. So we'll destroy the session. We'll see how to destroy that later. So by getting the session, and okay, sometime if you are building an e-commerce site and you don't really want the user to store everything on the database, right? You can do that on the session, mostly for full stack. If I using React have a way of handling that shit and it will resolve it that. So I always recommend React. So right, that we get this session now. Okay, I think we'll use the key, right? This key to get the session. All right. So let's see if let's see if we can get the session. Um, get the session and passing the session there. So let me try some sheets.
To
So
get
let's
the section is simple now. You
dot
just have to use the request
username.
dot section dot get.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm trying to check out something. Mm, so let's try this. Uh, objects. User session objects have user. Check something here. I'm gonna get to the username. Right. Um.
There's no username.
There should be username. I have the username there. Why is it telling me there's no username? Hmm, why the session? Maybe we need to. There's no come. Mm, do I get this shit now? Oh, mm, okay. I don't know. But regardless, let's just session dot username. Oh, but I'm getting the session, so I should be able to get the username as well. You know. Okay, I'm not in login. Okay, let's try something. Let's try getting the session over there. Let's try to see how we can get this session. So session that gets. So to get the session with the key.
Sir,
So, yeah,
there's something I noticed.
right.
In this line 46,
Yeah, yeah,
when you
bro.
said user section, you are only getting the user ID.
Okay,
So if you want to
yes.
get the user,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can do session dot username. All right.
yes,
Yeah, username. Yes. Okay, I can then print the shit out.
you cannot print it. Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry, apology. Oh, thought as much. Okay, yeah. All right, that's calm. That's good. That's good. We are good. All right, Diana. All right, so good. All right, think. Let's just see the user ID. ID, right. So then let's try to print this over here. I'm going to say, excuse me. So I'm going to like get the session from here. I think that's what we're going to do. On let me try doing that. Let me try to see if I can get the session here. So here I can pass in request user session. Let me try first session equals to requests dot session, right? Hmm?
Yes.
session ess session dot gets. So let's get that with the key. So the key is session, user session, right? So let's print it
Yes.
as so user session. All right. So so the guy grab that. Let's grab that shit. User is not defined. So where are we getting this from? User session. User is not defined. Where is the user from? User is not
Line
defined.
22.
Line 2022. Okay, don't worry. I think we have the error already before we start the shit. So okay. So let's do that again. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're getting that shit. Hmm?
Yes.
User. Are we getting user or user session? User ID.
User ID.
So why is it getting there now instead of user ID? Hmm? Okay. I think it's getting there now, yeah. Okay, it's okay. I think that's good. That's good. We are getting okay, that's good. So we need to destroy that session in case you want to log in next time or with a different user. Cannot be getting the same.
We can create expiring time for the section now to automatically expire within the certain period of time.
Yeah, you're right.
Then we got to do that in settings.py.
Well,
In settings.py,
so what we need to do, we
the
destroy this,
project folder,
we destroy
or we destroy it in this view after we're done with the code.
yeah. After the code is verified, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think
So
that was
before we redirect to another page, it will
yes,
have been
just
destroyed.
destroy the session. I think that's
Then
what
for
we're going to
maximum
do.
security, we still have to go and set
Yes.
a season expired
No, we
in
just delete.
the
We just have to like delete the session and it fix up all the shit. Just delete the session. So the session is very simple now. Just use there and that's all. So let's try to use leverage on the session right away. Okay, we are getting the session now. On our we are getting this session. So I'm bringing this in on the post, not on get. So do that on post. So passing here, user session. Okay, let me try that again. Try this. Okay, nothing is showing here. So let me grab whatever that is here. Boom, boom, enter, authenticated, which I know. Okay, we are getting it. All right. So get rid of this. So say here um so you can say if not session if not session, so let's grab this. If not session, if not session, and then so we going to also use this to get our session. Mm, 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 mm. So we're going to use it to get our session. So we can pass in the session. Your session is getting the user, right? Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
yes,
So passing
yes,
session, user session. So because the session is getting the user session, right?
Yeah.
Uh, okay. I think that is what we need to do. They'll pass in the user session to requests user session. I think that's all. So we'll delete that. We'll delete this later. Like we delete the session later. So after logging in, right? Login successfully. Then we can then destroy the session. There, passing request the session. Where is that? Request the session. Um, so request dot we have remove the gets. So remove the get rid of the get. Request the session. So we destroy this, right? Sorry. So this will delete the session for us. So even if you try to print the session again, you're not going to see anything. All right, I feel this work. So let's try that out again. So
Can we
um
try and print the section
session
after logging to the
after
console
login. Okay.
to confirm if it's actually deleting or not?
Yeah, it's destroyed already. Get the shit there. Print it out there. You can say F session is destroyed. Mm, okay. All right. Let's check that. Okay. So let me try to validate that again and see what's happening. Um, 373952. All right. Two-factor model matching code does not exist.
So we have to use cash and try to correct the error so that it will show us that
No,
page.
it does not exist. It's supposed to exist. So it does not exist. It means that the session with this session is getting what? Hold on, this session is getting what? The username. Hmm? Let me confirm what this session is getting. Just excuse me.
The username, so you can use section dots whatever the field you want to get.
But we are getting ID and it's getting username here. It's crazy. You grab right?
Yes,
So I don't know
but
why
initially it's getting the ID for us. Why username now?
I don't know.
Maybe we should restart the
So
server.
even I was not comfortable I wasn't comfortable getting user instead of I passing an ID. Sorry, excuse me. Think I should grab this here too. So I'm not comfortable getting the ID instead of getting the user. It's getting the ID. Instead of getting what is this in now? Oh God. I'm returning this motherfucker to here. Alright. Okay. So let's say this is new section with username called So I don't know why it's getting that. Okay, let's try to run this. Go the session now. It's finished. This is a session called Diana. So it's getting the user name. I'm just confused here now. It's getting the username.
Let's go to the login. Let's see what is happening there. Let's see how
we are passing in the ID.
Because we can get everything.
User.id. Okay. User.id. What if you do like this?
Which area do you want to get? I think we want to get what
I also want to
what do
get
we
the
actually
user,
get?
but it's telling me, okay, hold on. I think I know what we can do. We can, okay, here, let's try something, dot email. Let's try if we can get the email too.
Email, okay.
Object has no attribute email. Because this is getting the user ID. And I feel that what we should do, okay, let's see if we can. Okay, I know what to do, right? Okay, see what we are going to do. We are going to pass it directly on the user.
Instead of that ID, why don't you use underscore ID? To just be user underscore ID.
User underscore ID. How?
Yes, instead of just getting ID directly, let's just use user underscore ID.
How do you mean by user underscore ID? I didn't get.
Where did you get it? I think it's from login.
Why do you use user underscore ID? What is underscore there? You're using what's it called okay, see what we are going to do, right? I feel that we should get this directly from the user. So this is what I feel that we should do. I'm trying to wrap my brain up. Okay, this is what I feel that we should do. Yeah, we are getting this from here, so we can do this. Can come here after this, and then we can do this here. You can see, let's try something. Then can say user is equals to user.object. Where is the user? We need to import the user here. So let me import user. Let's just import user there. Just import user from dot model, right? Import user. So just come here and say user dot objects dot gets then id equals to user session. What do you think about this? So let's print this out. Let's print this out. So we're getting directly from user. So if you can be able to grab this. So if it does not exist, if
see the try
if user
the try block is bringing error.
exists, I'm coming, trying to figure out now. If the user dot does not exist. So motherfucker.
Indentation of the accept block.
Okay.
The try block is not aligned.
try um hmm, okay. No. Mm-hmm. Motherfucker. Try so why the trial not working now?
It's not working. Check the if
The what
at the top and the try. They are not tally. They are not aligning.
is
The
aligning now?
indentation. I'm talking about that if statement in line 42 and the try block.
It's not aligning,
Two of
sir.
them
Okay.
Just one
is not
space.
aligning.
Don't
Yes.
use tab. Use space now.
Is it okay now? Is the lining now, right?
It remain, yes, it remain the except.
Okay, that's good.
The
So
pass thing.
if that is true, let me return
The pass
JSON.
thing remain the pass.
Yeah, let me
The
return
pass.
JSON. Yeah, I'm not going to make use of that. Let me return JSON. So I can see user not found, right? User not found. User not found. Found. Alright. So okay, we get this. Oh, God damn it. Lord. Okay. Um. So let's try to come here now. So here we can then pass in the user, right? Then pass in the user login. Then pass in. Okay. So, Abby?
That is all.
Okay, so let's try that out. Oh god damn it. Okay, so um getting that this shit. If that user not found, hmm? Getting the user not found, user not found, uh user not found. This session is killing me. Let me try to put the correct code and see. But it's telling no user not found. Instead of oh god, let me check that user not found where we are getting that from. Shit. If user not found should be here. So the session now. But it's here. The problem having the session now. Um, user not found. Why is it giving me user not found? Is it printing? Is it printing anything? User not found. Where is it? User not found. User not found. So the user not found. Is it printing any session?
No, we didn't see any section there.
Let me see.
The only thing I'm seeing is unauthorized or something.
I
Unauthorized.
think the session has been deleted. Expired also. Let me try. Let me see if we can print the session here and see what we got. User session. This is wrong. So let's go and log in again. See if we can get a new session. You understand? This session that we're having is the old session. No, that the time we put user.login. So you're aware.
Yeah.
Maybe that session is
Yeah.
what you're still making use of. Let's go and get a new session. Okay. Okay. So we are redirected now. So let's try to put this. You can see what we are getting now, right? So you can see we are getting the user. Have you seen it? The session.
Yes.
Have you seen the ID?
Yes.
Have you seen
Of
this?
course, yes.
So the reason why we're having this because the previous, remember the time we log in earlier, we used user dot session dot user that didn't work out. So
Yes. And they're
so
still keeping that section.
yes, and it's still keeping that old session. I think we don't even need to restore the session because anytime you log in, you create a new session. You grab. Anytime you log in,
Yes.
so you don't need to do so. Immediately you log in, the other session is invalid. So I think it's working now.
That is why I said you should use flush instead of delete. It will flush out the old one.
So it's working now. It's getting the ID, and this is working perfectly well. So we can even do something like instead of doing this, getting the user, we can just get the user then pass it here. We just pass it here. What is it? We don't need to do all this one. We just pass it here. The
A
user
two-way
on the login.
authentication to now the
You understand?
session that the user.
We just pass it. But however, let's try to validate that now. No be small thing. Voila. Ewo. Okay, let's try to validate that. 227257. Okay, that is logging successfully. So you seen it, right? Hmm?
Yes. And
So
this is when the section will actually
yeah, the
deleted.
session you don't have session again. If you
Yes.
come back again now in this page again, you try to log in again. Okay, they can't log out. We can't access this page. Okay, let's try to log out. Let's try to log out. Good. Then try to log in. Then come to that verify page again. Verify. So if you come, you can't know. You need to log out. You need to destroy the session. You need to log
You
out.
have not logged out.
There's
Just
no, there's
just
no,
do
unless
slash
I have
log
to
out.
log in here. I have to log in for this one.
Is there no view for logout?
I've not added it now. We don't have dashboard
You
yet.
can create it now. Okay, it's not created with it.
It's okay. Let me log out from here. This is very very advanced. I hope some people understand. Session. I do not work with session before, and you can see
Now
the reason of
I've
using it.
session now.
So you can see user is not authenticated. So if you check the session, I can see none. Have you seen it? None
Yes.
because the session have been deleted. Have you seen it? Just
Yeah.
the guy, have you worked with session before?
Yes. That is why I suggested it.
What did you use to work? How did you get to know about session? Because been a long time I work with session.
You said what?
I say been a long time I work with session. I don't do session again. What I do now is that when I was using what is it called it? When I was I don't build full stack any longer. I do only backend now. So when I
I've
was
worked
doing,
with section, I've worked with cookies.
but if you are working with React, eh, if you're working with
Mm.
React, then when
I
you
prefer
work,
using cookies
yeah,
instead of when I'm working with that, I prefer using cookies instead of section.
no, section is also very very good than cookies. They are almost the
In
same.
React, I prefer cookies.
Okay, cookies. Everybody know if you are working with APIs, you use cookies,
Yes,
not session.
yes. Especially when you are keeping your JWT tokens.
Yes, your
You keep it
JW
safe in
tokens, you use
cookies.
cookies, store it in cookies, so they can use. But when you store in cookies, you can give like 20 minutes to expire. So if you don't log
Yes.
in, don't log in.
Even section can you can give section time to expire too.
Yeah, you
I
can
can
set
give you
time
just
to
two
expire.
2 minutes, 5 minutes, anything.
But you log in, destroy it, and it works. So let's create. Let's create. I know I want to finish up this so that next class we can now move on with KYC please. So let me finish up.
Yeah.
So I want
I'm
to just
seriously
create.
lagging behind you. I haven't
Yeah.
even done my OTS.
It is well.
That's
So I'll do a recap when I'm done. I'll do a recap when I'm done. So let's work on this. Um, let's work on this view. So let's work on this. All right. So first of I have, where did I have this? She said the static. I have custom. So inside this custom, I'm going to create two-factor verification. So here, okay, here inside custom, I'll say 2fa verify dot js. All right. I ought to also link it console.log 2fa working fine. Okay. This is now. So let me quickly link this to the header. I think I have header for this login. So which header is that? So let me check. Check like the header for login. I don't have many header do I have. Checking the login header. So let's check the login. Mr. D. Mr. D. The guy. The guy has gone out. Tijani. T-boy. Only me there alone. I don't sleep.
No, we are hearing you. We are here, sir.
Huh? I don't sleep.
We are here, sir. We are here. We are here.
Oh man, I don't sleep, bro. Man, I don't make me vessel. Man, I'm vessel. Okay. I'll just what I will do is okay. I think is on the header. So let me check that OTP verifier. Enter it into your email. Okay. Two-factor. Let me check that two-factor. Template two-factor. Two-factor. Which one is this? Enter manual. Let me check this. Okay. So here I'm going to link it up here. So I come to the header. Brand. So yeah, I'm going to link the two-factor. So let me copy this. So what I do here is try to link it up. So on custom dot verify dot j, okay, why this? So all right. So this. So let me go to this place and check if it's working. So okay, you can see two-factor is working. So what we did here was to link our two-factor to our JS. So this is two-factor. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. So get rid of this too. Get rid of this too. So what we are going to do is normal thing that we've been doing. Like if you click here, it will show you loading and disabled until when we are done. So let's do it quickly. So what I'm going to do here is check it out. Okay, we already have it here. Can see at least we already have it here. We already have it here. We already have the loader and everything here. So let's start writing our code. Uh, two-factor, close this shit. So where did we two-factor? So I will write everything manually and make sure that everything works. So let's start with this. So yeah, I'm going to say documents dot ready, documents dot ready. So if the document is ready, they'll pass in a function passing this, and then inside that function here where we're going to write our code. So if the document is ready, so what do we do next? If the document is ready, we want whenever a user click here, this man should not reload. You can see it reloading, right? It should not reload. So whenever a user click here,
Prevent defaults.
here, so we have to do prevent default. But before then, we need to have access to this form. So the guy, how do we have access to this form?
We have to get the form by its ID.
Okay, let's check if the form has an ID here. The guy, where did you go? And I was actually looking for it.
I'm sorry, I was attending to something.
All right, so let's have okay. This thing don't have any ID yet, so we need to add ID. So we are not making use of this action, so let's get rid of it. So we can say method dot what was okay. Can say ID two-factor 2FA verification. All right, so that's what we are passing there. So let's grab that and then get it here. So if that's okay, we are getting this, putting this here. So because it's Ajax, we need to put in $sign. So if you user click on this form, dot submit dot on submit. So if a user submit this, they will need to pass in the function, store it in a function, and then of course, then we need to pass in events, or we can pass in anything, or e or form. So we can say e dot prevent, then prevent default, right? So let me also console.e, console.log passing e. So what we are doing here is that we are getting this form from here, then we can be able to have access to the whole of this form. So one, like, prevent this form from loading whenever user submits information, then .log. All right, let's check it out. So of course that is working. Let's see the console.log, and you can see we have this here, the form verification form, and we have all that, everything that we need here. So next thing we also want to do is that we want to get we want to store all this thing in a variable, like everything here we want to store it in a variable. So this thing is giving us both user input, everything that we are inputting here, we want to store it in a variable, so which is the entire form. So to do that is very simple. We can use what we call this and say const get the variable, and can say my form equals to
You did not open brackets. Okay.
I'll first have this passing this here. So control log this and let's see what we are getting if we are solving the whole form there. All right, so passing my form. All right, so let's check that out. Loads, inspect, console.log. then skyline, then put the code, and then here is my form. You can see what we have here. You can see we have the form here. You can see we have action, then scroll down a little bit. We have this. You can see we have all the information that we need right here. All the information we need right here is there. So we're having access to the form. Right. Next thing we are going to do is when you click here, we want to change this man to verifying, right? Or validating. That is the word validating. But if you do that, we'll come here, we check it out, scroll down, let's check the submit form. So we have verifying. We also already have here. So here we can call this guy and then change this man. So to do that shit, we come here and here you can say const. We have btn underscore text. Then we have all this. Then we come here to grab that shit. Then passing hash and then passing this. So if you want to confirm that, you can also log btn test. So let's check that out too. Check it out. Check it out. Let's check it out. All right. So we can have verify. Don't you have motherfucker verify? You can see we have what is that? Okay, let's check that out too. Confirm what's already submitted here. Okay, let's check that out and see. We have the motherfucker. All right, so verify. You can see what I have here. The form. Yeah, you have this here. Yeah, you have all this shit here. So you have a lot of shit here. But so see the point, right? So verify it is what it is. You can see inner.html. So we have access to all this. All right. So um next one is the spinner. So want to get the spinner as well. Want to get the spinner. So the band, are you there?
Yes.
So want to get the spinner. This copy this. So let's do that. So here we have const grab the spinner, then spinner equals to grab this. So we're using a class, so we put the spinner, right? Then next is we also need to grab the button. Let's check out this. We need to grab the entire button. So this entire button, we need to grab it. Let's add some ID there. btn. That's all. Let's grab the button. So here we got, then we put the shit. Then this, grab the button. Oh fuck. All right, so we grab the button. Let's be sure that we grabbing the button as well. Let's be sure. All right, so let's go to log motherfucker and then okay. Grab this shit. Yeah. So here, all right. Okay, we're grabbing that. Okay, fine. I think we're done with that. So the guy, what next? What next? What next? What next? Mr. D,
Sir,
what next?
we should write our Ajax, sir.
What next now?
We should write our Ajax.
Is that all? Really?
So after writing the Ajax, that is when we can actually change all these things. Whenever that button is being pressed or something.
No, it's not
Or
possible.
we should change the button first.
So let's
That
change
once it's being
let's change the
clicked, let's
button.
change the button, the effect of the button.
So change the button. So over here we say the button the test. All right, and of course can say validating, right? Validating, right? Validating. Is it validating? All right. So we have here. Why is it on all cap? Really? Why is it all cap? It's crazy. I think validate is called valid. Right. Validating. Okay. Let's go there. Go back. Why is it on all cap? Okay. Validating. Okay. So next one is this test spinner. So when the spinner to show. So what do you do in the guy? Spinner the what? The guy. Mr. D.
Sir, I'm back.
So the spinner, the
You
spinner
want to
should
hide it?
does show, right?
Yes.
All right. Um, spinner dot show. Let's try that out. Okay. Then um, disable the button. So just grab this one and let's press it here. All right. So we know this disabled equals to true. Then we also want to change the color to this, and then we disable the button. We've already done this before now. I don't need to explain. I've explained that in before. So this like 4 times we've been doing this. So this is four times been doing this. So actually very simple. Right. So after that is done, then we'll start writing our. So we need to send a post request to our address. So that this is done. Address $.address e yes. So yeah. So first thing type is what? Post abi? Yeah, the guy.
Sir.
Type post. So
Yes.
we having the URL. So how do you get the URL? Mr. D.
From the API now.
From the API. So let's check it, grab the URL. This is right.
Yes.
Okay. Keep grabbing this, and then the data. So to data we are passing the form, my
This.
form. So my form dot serialize to convert it to convert from Python to JSON so that JavaScript can understand, right? Dot serializer. I mean, serialize. Okay, all right. So the next we are having data type. The data type. So data type is capital letter type. Data type is JSON. Oh motherfucker, JSON. All right. So then sources. So we need to grab the sources. So let's grab the sources. All right, let's grab the sources. So sources, sorry, sources. So how do you write that? Sources. I mean,
It remains you after S.
when my head and the hot, tired. Sources. So passing function, and then running rest, console the log rest. I'm damn tired, bro. So we're having error, right? Other sources, what next? Error, right? Hmm?
Yes.
Error, error. Then passing function is error. Okay, let's. So console dot error dot log error. Okay, let's try that. Let's try rush it now. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, we have objects. That objects. Let's check out what's happened. So user is not authenticated. User is not authenticated. So we have to pass in the error. So if that is true, I pass in the error, I have to call so let me come here and copy some error. So where is the error? So let me copy this. Yeah. So come here and say if there's error, then should have error.respond.error. So let me also check the key. Okay, error. Let me confirm if it's the same. Okay. All right. All right. So let's check that out. So we have this user is not authenticated. All right. So if that is true, you should just reset everything from. So I think we've done that already. So if there's error, then spinner test. So if there's error, let's grab it and put it there. So okay. So if there's error, it should unhide this, and then the btn prompt should disable it. and then the disabled empty, the color empty. So the button should be changed to, so let me call button tests. Oh, this is almost our class. The guy,
Sir. Sir.
ver, um, verify, abi? Okay,
Yes.
let's check that out. Okay, verify, all right. So let's also do success. So let me copy if it's successful. Then if it's successful, respond to success, then it should redirect us. So try that out and test it up. So if it's successful, success, let me confirm that from that. So after that, redirect. So let's just copy redirect to whom? So redirect to whom? So take us to whom? Because we're not started redirect to whom. All right. So the reason why we're having this is because here we're not having any this thing. So you just put it home direct. All right. So let's quickly check that out. I will go back and disable. I'll go back and disable the. I'll disable the sky the login. So let's try to log into. Sorry, let me log out. Let's try to log in again and see. So go to login. Um, so they have talk. All right. So yeah. So the directors here. Oh my God, no easy. The guy, the man.
Sir. Sir.
I posted the dashboard, Abi, all the KYC. I posted it on the platform, right?
I don't check, but I think it's there.
Yes, posted it already. The design.
I think it's there.
So let me let this thing finish so that I can type it. 249035. Okay. Can see login successful. Then redirect to the home page. So yes, we are done. We are done.